fellow Ambazonians. Thank you all for honoring our invitation to this annual humanitarian endeavor today. This is humanitarian because we are here to help our families who are the victims of a senseless genocidal war to have the minimum they need to stay alive and defend themselves and their communities. Anybody who deceived or who was deceived that La République du Cameroon genocidal regime is regaining control of our territory, or that some kind of normalcy, as they call it, is returning, was in a shock a week ago when 15 civilians were massacred within a span of a couple of days in Bamenda, 5 in Abango quarters and 10 in Nacho Junction. That is not how a return to normalcy looks like. Such acts of desperation are reminiscent of the Ngabu massacre of 2020, the Mother Teresa massacre, the Mautu massacre, the Pinyin massacre, the Big Babanki massacre, the Kona massacre, etc., where the cowardly La République du Cameroon thuggish genocidal regime has wasted many of our loved ones with gross impunity. Only a dullard would think that the denial of the Nacho Junction massacre by the colonial regime is different from their previous denials of responsibility for the above registered atrocity crimes in Ambazonia. They deny they perpetrated these crimes but refuse visas to investigators and will not welcome a fact-finding mission to get to the bottom of these heinous crimes. Why are they scared of independent investigation of these massacres? They plant fabricated accounts in their state-sponsored newspapers. They forcefully disappear eyewitnesses and pay lobbyists in Washington and big media to whitewash their crimes or cast the blame on Ambazonia. We know how many extra miles the Yaoundé colonial regime has tried to turn our people and the international community against us, despite the mountain of evidence of their genocide on our people. Unfortunately for them, they are dealing with a sophisticated Ambazonian populace who understands the playbook of the enemy and an experienced international community that should master all the gimmicks of the annexationists in a war of occupation like this one. We have resisted French Cameroon, these barbaric genocidaires, in our territory for 62 years, but more actively for the past 6 painful years. At no point in time have our valiant Ambazonian restoration forces turned their weapons to target foreign civilian nationals residing in or visiting our country. We are not unawares of the fact that some Ambazonians and non-Ambazonian civilians are used as informants, facilitators, or infiltrators by the occupation forces of Paul Biya, thus putting this vulnerable population in harm's way. All these inhumane efforts have not yielded the fruits they desired. Our valiant ARFs have stood the test of time with a commanding presence, especially here in Woketunja. But out of frustration, La République du Cameroon criminals in uniform have doubled down on their strategy of attrition, this time with a focus on innocent foreign nationals. We vehemently condemn this very dangerous trajectory chosen by the special Bulubeti militia that wants to turn some French Cameroon ethnicities in our country against Ambazonia. We saw this first with the attacks on the Bororos in Dogaman, and now it is on the Bamili case. Earlier today, July 22, 2023, we learned that at the Quartier Ewondo in Yaoundé, a family of 10 southern Cameroonians, Ambazonians, were slaughtered in cold blood by so-called unknown gunmen. And I submit to you that this is the handiwork of the same Bulu Beti militia on a mission to plunge Cameroon into a civil war. We condemn this evil with all our might, and let us be vigilant, Ambazonians, and know that wherever we find ourselves, it is our God-given right to defend ourselves with every iota of our energy. The interim government press release published a couple of days ago by the Secretary of State for Communication and IT is clear on our position concerning these recent back-to-back massacres committed by La République du Cameroun genocidal hoodlums in our territory. They will pay for this genocide on our people, sooner or later. Let us observe a moment of silence in honor of one of our pioneers, generals of the ARM Ngokitunja, Shaumao, who fell this year not by the hands of our enemies or enemy, but by the chilly hands of criminals within our struggle. Let's include all our fallen heroes and heroines, as well as the thousands of our compatriots who have been massacred by Bia's genocidal squads in Ngokitunja County and the rest of Ambazonia. We still have the recent Bamenda 15 fresh in our memories, massacred by the same French Cameroon genocidaires. A moment of silence, please.